You know, it's so the water's a little cool, but once it gets warmer, I think it's a lot. I wouldn't go to these. Let me take you up to. These are more like the swimming pool. I don't even think they have seat. Yeah, so they have seat. Yeah.
Okay, well I'm here with James, who I've got to know on YouTube over the last few weeks, because I subscribed to his channel, which is called
My PI Dream.
My PI Dreams. So I'm here with him, and he's showing me around his nice subdivision. So we're going to have a look around and see a house that he's building, and we're going to spend a bit of time here with him.
Tierra Maria, States. And this, I think this was, they actually did, this is actually a famous movie star right here. And she actually did this when they opened it up, I don't know, maybe 2005 or so, way back when. But they just recently did a whole new promo. They had a marketing company come in about a week ago, and they went to each one of the houses around here, but they put more movie stars, and they were showing off the place around here. So hopefully we get
just so people know, this subdivision is near Lipa.
It is near Lipa.
On the outskirts of Lipa, in a place called.
This is in Barangay Anilao. Anilao, and Anilao is where I live. I live in a small apartment about 1 kilometer from here.
Yeah.
And if you come and visit me on My PI Dream, you'll see I actually do the walk every single day. Yeah. I don't have a vehicle like you don't have a vehicle.
No, not yet. We got a scooter.
Got a scooter
that we borrow.
Okay. So I actually have one purchased. I have a vehicle purchased, but
I know you're going to pick it up soon.
Soon.
From Pasig, hopefully.
Yes, from Pasig, and it's all about timing and I have to wait for LTO to give me the OR and the CR and things like that.
Oh, I know.
So if you're familiar with the Philippines, what goes on in the Philippines, you'll learn about the way things are done here with documentation and the way things are done with registration. Everything, you have to have a lot of patience.
Yeah. So you've been here, what, 3 months?
I've been here 3 months.
And you've been married how long?
I should know this one, right?
Yeah, you better get it right.
I've been married 15 years.
15 years, okay. So, presumably then you and your wife have been in America up till now?
Yes. We moved to America in 2007. I was actually in South Korea. I spent 8 years in South Korea.
Right.
And she was in Japan, and then we, after about 5 years of dating, then we got married, and then I eventually moved from, I was a government contractor, and then I moved back to the U.S., back to my home where my father and my 2 sisters live.
Right.
On the coast in Charleston, South Carolina.
And so obviously your plan now is that you've obviously retired, and your plan is to now come and live over in the Philippines.
Well, we've had...
Which is why you're building a house.
Yeah, exactly. We've had this dream for quite a long time. So we bought the property, and then we went out and we started looking for designs for a house. So what we ended up doing, we found many different designs that were out there. So what we did, we took different aspects, all different types of designs that were out there, and we kind of combined them all together, and the things that we liked in each one of them, and we ended up doing a rough design of the one we want now, and we presented it to an architect who's local in Lipa. And we worked with them since 2011. This is 2017, so about 6 years now we've been working with them. And we've been doing this long distance all around the world. I've been many places, in the Middle East and in Asia and things like that. So we've been working with them and haven't even been to the lot. We bought the lot in 2010.
Without even seeing it?
Well, no. I actually have family here, my wife's family. And so what I had them do, they actually went out to the lot. I asked them to, actually before we bought the lot, of course, we had them present as my realtor, and he sent me pictures and videos, and I gave him criteria and things like that. So this was the ideal location.
Yeah.
And even though Lipa for me wasn't the first choice, it was my wife's first choice because her family's from here.
Yeah.
But the more I learned about Lipa and the climate here and the people here and its proximity to shopping districts and like, actually Lipa is probably, I think they consider it in Luzon one of the top 3 cities to actually move into in actual.
Okay. Yeah, fantastic place here.
You know what got me when I came here, when I first, and I saw it in the video, I was looking at all the streets and all the streets. So, when this house right here, this is basically like, after that is no man's land, which is where I live now. This is the last constructed house in this whole area back here is a whole nother phase. It's the phase I was just explaining you about.
So you're a nomad then, are you?
I'm a nomad, yeah. And if I had a camel, I'd fall right in place. You can go 1.5 feet above that if you have something that's called attic. Square meters of attic space, or
So that I can watch and make sure that they do a proper job. I mean, I know pretty much how to do it anyway, but I just want to make sure that I know everything, you know. I'm going to go and do a welding course, so I know how to weld, because I've got a guy who's got some welding kit anyway. And the other thing I was going to do is probably just brush up on electric. Well, I can do electric.
yeah. And same for me.
Yeah.
I can do electric. I
can do
plumbing. I can sweat pipes.
Oh yeah, I did plumbing for you because it's all different over here.
I laid all my pecs in my home renovation back in the U.S. I can do framing, which is not a lot of framing done here, but my family is constructed back and it's all wood framing stuff like that. But I know how to do all that kind of stuff. So pretty much everything these guys do here, I know. So I know exactly what they're doing.
Yeah.
and that has a lot to do with you really need to do your research.
That's right.
A lot.
And that's what I want to do. So over the next year, while I'm in the UK, I want to get all my research together and make sure that I've got everything there. So that
Time. You need to take a lot of time, and you need to do a lot of research. You need to get and I recommend 5 bids.
Yeah.
A minimum of 5 bids on it. And then what you need to do is you need to scrub your building list, your bill of materials is what they're going to give you over here.
Yeah.
It's the BOM.
Yeah.
So when they give you a BOM, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go line for line, and you need to question things that don't look right. If you're already familiar and you've talked, and if you have an opportunity, I was so lucky. I stayed with a gentleman out at Mount Malroy, and he's a contractor over here. He's built 26 houses. He's from the UK.
Ah.
He's one of your.
Oh well, no, I'll have him.
Yeah. And if you want to, I can actually hook you up.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he sat there. He was so kind, and we sat down. He said, "Do me a favor." He said, "When you go out to your work site, or I was actually doing my visa processing at the time. He said, when you're in Makati, he said, leave me your blueprints. He said, leave me your BOM. He said, let me go over it." So we were in Makati. I came home. And he said, "Okay, let's sit down and talk about this." So we did a scrub. He brought me, we sat at the table, and we did a full scrub. And he went down everything that my builder had on. He said, "This," and he would say, "This item's good," or "This item right here, I think you're using too much wood in this point right here. Some of this can be reused." He said, "The thickness of your gypsum right here, you need to go with this, and you need to go with this specific model, this brand thing." So we went through the whole thing. And the nice thing about it, I went back to my builder, which he said, you really need to, how do you know that you got a good builder? I went back to him, and we sat down. I said, we got to have a meeting. We went to the clubhouse where we just had where I told you the HR meeting. And we sat down, and we spent about 2 hours inside there. We scrubbed that entire list, and he agreed with everything. He said, "Yep." He said, "I've got no problem with it, and it won't cost you anything more." And it wasn't that he tried to get anything over on me or anything like that. And I want to thank you guys for coming and visiting me.
Yeah.
This was an absolute wonderful treat for you guys to be here today. And thank you so much for doing the drone video footage.
That's all right. No problem. We'll be sharing it.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Please do.
But yeah, that's fine. So yeah, in a few months' time, this will be a house.